Okay, so this spreadsheet on Canvas in that election project assignment, and we're going to go through and edit some of, well, the rest of the states. So I got almost through Arkansas. So 1992 was Democrat, and so was 96. And now I go to California. I go to this page. Oh, I'm going to copy this link also and put it on the Canvas page. So here we go. That way we have that. There's Japan. Okay, I guess we got that one. Okay. All right, California. It's pretty mixed bag. So it's nicer when it's not. So you can just kind of do all and then change the ones. But this is pretty mixed. This one's going to be a little tougher to. Well, the last 5 years, 6, 7 years, set elections were Democrat and then Republican. Okay, I'll start with Republican all the way to 28, except for 2. So R, and then what was it? 32. Yeah. Yeah, so I got all the way to 32. Well, actually, 52. Well, I'll go to 48. Or no, yeah, 28. And then 32 was Democrat. So a lot of flipping back and forth, although I do have 2 screens. So a little bit of finagling here, but I think the end result is, my idea is an animated map of the election. So it just goes through year by year, and it shows the shifting and things like that. I think it'd be interesting to see. And I've seen those before, just wanted to make one. So see what happens with that. So, okay, 32, and then 16 and 12. And from 36, well, the 48. And then from 48 to something. Oh, 48 was. So 52 to almost to 88. Except for 64. So Ronald Reagan years. 92 and on was Democrat. Okay. Colorado's a mixed bag as well. Looks like it's mostly, yeah, I'll just put them all as Republican and then change the years to Democrat. There's not a ton in a row or whatever, so just gonna start with Republican. This might be easier to change. then 32 and 36. $48 and 64. $92 and 2008 on.
So are we doing this for every state?
Yep. You know, I would like to find a table that you know, it might be easier to find. Well, here's a search. I don't, you know, okay. That seems like a lot of work already. Now that I, you know, did a couple of them, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So it'd be great if we could find a table, right, of I don't know, federal election, state historical data. I don't know. Yeah, it sounds real great until you like go in there. National Archives, that sounds great. House of Representatives resources. Let's just try this first one. I've already done this. It was president, so it looks like it. Yeah, this isn't the results, right? This is the Federal Election Commission releases the official results of federal elections. These reports are run by state every 2 years. Yeah, okay. Sounds great. Sounds great. Let's do it. All right. So they're all in different files, and they're all PDF files. So let's look at one. Here's the entire publication in Excel. Hey, that would be great. So that's just the 2012 election, though. So would it be easier to download like every year?
Depends on how many years it's going back.
Yeah.
Well, and you're gonna end up having to merge them or like copying and pasting those items.
Which may be a little easier than what we're doing. I don't know. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, what is that? 16, 17, 18, 19 of them?
Compared to 50 and then however many years 50 from 1912 to 2016.
Right. So maybe there's another site for this. Election statistics. That sounds pretty good. It is at the Harvard Library, but you may have to that requires a login. That requires a login. Yeah. Presidential election data from 1979 to present. Data archive. Yeah, this might be good. Data archive. Doesn't look like we have like election data.
Maybe this is cheating, but you said that you've done this in years past.
Yeah, I don't think I have the data anymore though.
Oh. I was gonna say, because then we could just put in the last year.
Right. I thought of that too, and I think that's a great idea. But I think we did clear it out. So let's see. Actually, I think it was. Yeah, it's gone. Unfortunately. Yep. Hmm.
That data is actually pretty cool though on that one, because it shows you actually who the candidates were and
Right, right. And for each one, yeah.
yeah.
So there's just not one table that has it all in it. That's too bad. Let's try another site. Okay, well, there's the MIT data set. By state. Oh, okay, hey, maybe this is a tab delimited file, right? So comma separated even. So let's just use that. Let's see if this one works. Well, that's 1976 to 2. Well, I mean, that helps, I guess. Wonder if they have before that.
Mhm.
I'll put it in there. Let's keep looking though. What if they have? Back.
How is that data actually going to go into a map? How does that work?
Good question. Yeah.
Because I just realized, yeah, because there's multiple years.
Do you remember what was the assignment that we used where we had a table of data and we just joined it to a shapefile that had the states in it? So that's
Right.
how you do it. So in this case, we have a table and we have the state names, right?
Mhm.
And I just would join this table to that state shapefile and it would have all this data in it.
Right. But I guess my question is, like, how would you really be able to, like, flip through the years? How would it really
Oh, yeah.
show that data?
Well, you know how an animation works. Well, you've gone to a movie, right? Just like anything, even your phone, when you take a video, it just takes like a lot of pictures in a quick sequence, right? So in this case, we would have, 1900, how many rows is this anyway, to 2016, so that's 108, no, 112, divided by 4, that's what, 28 years? 20, 24 years, 24 elections,
Right.
or 34 elections, 30 times 4. No, 25 times 4 is 100, and then 4 more. So 29 elections. Thank you. Okay. So I'd have 29 frames in my animation, and I would just keep, you know, a couple seconds on each frame. And you need just some software to do that, and I'll show you that if we get that far. But well, yeah, a lot of software can do that actually. But Windows Movie Maker could do that. Just load up all those images, set the timing between them, and save that to a video file.
Okay.
So, yeah. Well, that takes care of, you know, 76 and on. That's pretty good. Let's see what that does. Let's open up another sheet here and put the data in from text from data from CSV. Has more data than we want, but yeah. So on the first 200 rows, looks like it's comma delimited. Yeah, it totally knows what to do, so just load it. However, you notice that it's alphabetized by year, right? So it goes 1976, and every candidate, yeah, if I look through Alabama, what's going on here? So here's the 1976, and I have Alabama, and what? President. These are, oh, these are just the candidates, right? And then there's the votes, and then the electoral votes versus the total votes. So we would want to condense every year or every state by year. And then, so you can do that. So really, all we want to do is look at the most votes here, right? The electoral candidate votes. There is a way to do this. Let's see. So sort. Top. I can't do that. Just by the single. Need to just pull out.
I don't know if you'd be interested in watching it, but I found a animated map, and it starts in like the 1800s, and it goes all the way to 2016, and it changes colors like you want. Maybe it's an idea for something. I don't know how to find the data as good as you, but I can give you what I can tell you what this website is, and you can. So the website looks like it's a Time magazine maybe, but it says time.com/456-134-7 /presidential-results-interactive/, and that'll take you to this page, and then just scroll down.
Okay, I got to results. What was election results dash? Was there another dash?
Yeah, -interactive/. It's kind of a lot of mumbo jumbo, but Yep. And then if you just scroll down, I think you'll see it.
Yeah, I'm looking for where they got the data. National Archives, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let me go back. I'll put it to a new tab here. So yeah, this is what we want it to look like, right? So you just play it. You can just do it yourself. Maybe not that fast, right? But so it's interactive, but we would just want it to run. There you go. Oh, there it is. You can just play it. There you go. So every couple of seconds, right? You get a, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So they're doing about 3 seconds per. Nice. So that's what we want it to look like.
What
So
is
this
white?
is. I'm sorry. What?
What does the white mean? Like if there's no color in it?
Well, back in 1872, these states weren't states; they were territories, right? So they didn't have votes.
I guess that makes sense. I just saw it in the very last one in like the 2016 or whatever. It there was, yeah.
They didn't get the data. The results are still pending.
Oh, okay.
So we don't really know. It doesn't matter either, does it? Because they already got it was already decided before they knew, and so I guess they just gave up. All right, so let's see. Historical facts. I saw a little link here. Historical facts and results. We're getting close. Don't have data back to 1789, but 1892. What were we doing anyway?
1967, I think.
Yeah, 1900, right? So, yeah, we could go back a little further here. I wonder. It's nice that they have it all parsed out for you, but
It's really interesting that they do that on all the sites. It's like you just want to know 1 year. That's what they think.
yeah.
Like, why would I be looking for all of the data if I just wanted the 1 year? That wasn't gonna make it. This is as close as we could get. Results. That's the same page we're on. Distribution, legal roles. Well, what do you get when you click on this? You get a table. Well, I'm okay with copying, 29 tables or whatever. How many is this one? 3 or 10. So yeah, almost 30 results here. So if I click on one, I get a table, and this does parse it down for you, so it's kind of nice.
But I still, and we don't have to use all this data. Yeah, we could totally do this, I think. So let's see. We'll copy the table. Don't need those totals at the bottom either, but let's see what we can do with this. Just add another sheet here. What's that one? Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, so that's in pretty good shape as is, right? And does it have a year? Yeah. So I should probably preface one of these by year. This was what, 18 something? $18.90. All right. Back. Forward. 1896. Nope. Oh, that's what I should have done in the first place. Anyway, we'll remove that formatting, but that's even better. Okay, so that's what is 1896? So I think at this point I could, will that go to 1900? Yeah, that's nice. So I can just stretch this till I get to something. I think there's some rounding going on here in that world. Okay. It's more trouble than it's worth almost. Oh, and then these guys go away. 1908. Let's see if I can get this back. That wasn't as good. Just do one at a time. Okay, 1900. Let's go back. That's why it rounded those off. Well, just work it. Isn't this fun?
The funnest project we've ever done.
All right, 1904. This guy goes back to here. Of course you can't. I should take care of all those. Okay. Here. Back. 1908. We're really rolling now. We could sell this data for all the work it takes. $12. That's when New Mexico became a state, I think. Let's see. Well, yeah, some of this data will have to. Yeah, should be all right. $20 already. My, how time flies. Forget where I am, 1928. Just need to label them. $1928. Yep. Okay, now we're recording. So after pasting all those in there, we can add a column between each year and add a little if statement to determine where the max value is, basically. So we use the max function between C4 and E4, so there's 3. And if it's equal to C4, which is the winner column, right? So Grover Cleveland won the election this year, I guess. And well, and so he's in the C column, right? So if it's equal to C4, right? If the max between them, 11 being the max between them, is equal to C4, then that's who they voted for, and so and he was a Democrat. So if not, then I just change. I look at the max between just the next two, D and E, and if it's equal to D4, it was Republican because that's who Harrison was. Otherwise, it's another. So that takes care of all 3 columns. It's got to be a D, R, or O, and it seems to work. So, is that good?
So is that formula is going to change for each?
Yeah, it will, but not by a lot, right? We're still going to look at those 3 columns, and all I'm going to do is change the D, the R, and the O, depending on who's in the column.
Okay.
So I only have to do that 30 times instead of, well, 30 times 50. Like what we were doing in the first table. So this is definitely an improvement. So. Okay. Sound good?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna make a what is this? I'll just call it the win column, right? So for more than one reason. There you go. Okay, so whoever won and for that state, right? Whoever the state picked. Okay, so and then we'll clean up the rows and columns shortly because we're going to replace for president this thing. We're going to unmerge it, and so we would say, you know, winner, loser, loser 1, loser 2, I guess, and then yeah, VP 1, 2, and 3 or whatever. I don't know. VP for the winner, VP 1, VP 2 or something. And that way that's mappable. It's not going to break my table when I try to put it into the GIS. And then, yeah, I'm going to have to put this 1892 in here somewhere.
You put VP2 in there.
Say what?
Your vice president, you named them both the same.
Oh yeah, they were both highlighted. So, okay. So yeah, state, that's a good column header. That's not, so state. And then this, okay, this is in column 2. So these actually, I got to unmerge and center those. So those pop up there. And then yeah, and I can't clear these out. But GIS doesn't like sub-columns, sub-headers and stuff like that. So, and we don't need that. After we're done, you know, figuring out the party that we're putting in there, then we can remove that. But if you remove it, then the formula breaks. But what you can do is just copy this whole thing to another sheet and just paste the values and then clean it up. So that's what we would do. All right, so let's go over it one more time because it was so fun the first time. you should have a handle on it, right? So right in between the two states, 2 years here. So I'm going to insert column. And in here, win, get a win column. And well, I don't want to have to type all that in again necessarily. So I'm going to just highlight all that text, copy it, escape, go to the next, right there, double click, paste the text. So in this case, well, the winner is, I don't know, they
You're also going to have to change the C4 and E4, aren't you? Because those are going to be different now because you're going to be reading off of like
yeah.
K4.
Oh, yeah. So even better, let's hit escape here. What you can do is just copy the cell, right? Just control drag it over to here. And then this looks up those values anyway. So see how it did that for you if you just drag it over?
Yeah.
So K through M, so that's exactly what I want. Nah, yeah, it does. And then L through M here, there, and 4, and yeah, I think, except the only problem with this is they reformatted it a little bit, so, or maybe I didn't paste it quite right because I have this William M.
No, it's the format issue because I actually started at 1900 and from there I didn't do the 18 whatevers. And when the Electoral College up there actually needs to drop down under where the William J. Bryan sits, and all those need to shift over if you want it to be right.
Okay, let me see if I can follow you here. So all three of these should
be. Because you see that guy right there that you're highlighted right now? He should be sitting over actually this blank one, not the 11, but the blank. So your Electoral College needs to be come down over the first 11, and then all these guys shift over one. If I was right, I might have screwed it up, because if you go back to the website and look at the page, you'll see the electoral vote sits up at the top and everybody's kind of standing over it. And so when you drop it in, it doesn't realize that that electoral vote for each state. So if you see the electoral vote right next to state, it screws you up, because when we pasted it, it stays with the president and vice president. So it's in a column above it, and it puts the William McKinley over too far.
Yeah, that's why I have like too many rows here. Well, see, that's blank. It's kind of hard to see it, but yeah, I have 2 blanks over here. These 2 cells are blank, so I need to move these all over 2 cells over, or just 1. No, that's 2. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I got you. There, and then this guy goes down here. Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. So yeah, this guy here, that's just the state's electoral number, and then here's the voting, and then there's the vice president. So for president, this has to move too, doesn't it?
Yep.
So these 3 guys, they're the presidential runners. No, just 2. Oh, yeah, that's right. So Garrett is vice president. There we go. So that's okay. Then let's see if we can make this. So this should be actually L 4 through N. No, just M. So that's right. So that's L. So L and M. And then if it's equal to K4, which is actually, it should be L4 again, which it isn't this time, right? And then, so it's a Democrat. Was William McKinley a Democrat, though? Nope, he was an R, so I'm going to put R for that. And then if it's not, and it isn't in this case, and so then I check, well, in this case, there are only 2 people running, so I don't have to do this if statement. I can just set this whole shebang to a D. There. So if the winner is, if the in the max column, yeah, then, right? Oops. That's a little easier to read. So if the max between these 2 numbers is equal to L4, which it isn't, then it's a Republican, otherwise Democrat, so it ends up being a Democrat. So just a few finaglings, double click, and let's see if it checks out. Yeah, see, this is the high value here, and so that's the Republican, this guy gets Democrat. Yep, looks like it's happening here. So there you go. See how easy that is? All right, so I'm going to pause that recording. So yeah, the assignment for Thursday would be to get this cleaned up as best you can. If you have any questions in the meantime, let me know. Text or call or email or whatever, and we'll try to get it straightened out so we can hit the ground running on Thursday. So sorry for the bouncing around, but that's how it goes. It's kind of fun, but not to watch it, I guess.